So a couple weeks ago, we got a brand new expansion pack trailer for The Sims 4 for rent. And I feel like in that trailer, it gave us a lot, but also nothing at the same time. But it gave us a blog post to kind of go a little bit more in depth about the apartments, how it's all set up, but we still were longing more about the property owners and actually how things look in the game. And so today we're finally getting a gameplay trailer for The Sims 4 for Rent expansion pack. And of course, I'm doing my reaction and my little dissecting frame by frame to kind of get an idea of what's to come, the new features, the UI, but also kind of put my own thoughts and opinions out there so I can kind of get my own imagination and hype for myself when I get my hands on the new pack. But let's go ahead and look at the gameplay trailer. Okay, ready? T for teen. Ooh. Oh, I love the little table. Ooh. Oh, the family vibe. Speaking in Simlish.
My dear friends, I made this video to pass on the lessons I've learned as your humble property owner over all these years. And so that Otlama Chong won't mess it all up. I may be retired, but I still know things you don't. As property owner, there's much to consider.
Oh, our home
here,
anti-ties.
you'll no longer pay rent. So, adding few units to rent out to new tenants
Shared. Hold on.
will
Whoa,
offer
whoa,
additional
whoa.
income and help maintain your building.
Oh.
The better you make the units, the better the rating will be. Oh, also, shared spaces for tenants to get to know each other. Okay,
nice.
very
I have so
important.
many ideas.
To manage your residential rental lot, you will use this handy tool.
Oh my god,
Set
wait, whoa.
parameters for each of your rental
14
units.
days, 30 days.
The tenant rules, length of lease, and rental rate.
Oh,
I'm sure
you
want
can
to
change it?
this rent as
Ooh.
well.
Rent per day, zero. What about zero?
You're ready to fill your vacancies. Tenant applications show all the details of the
Oh, it
unit
tells you
you
who
are
lives in
renting.
it.
The higher the unit rating, the more
Oh.
renters you attract. You can also view their
so
details to see if they are good fit too. This reduces the level of
Oh.
work tenants may make for you. Relax, it's just a joke. Oh, I wish I could see your faces. Okay, now you have tenants and
Oh,
collecting rent.
hopscotch,
Everything's good
the tea
until
maker.
it's not. If
Oh.
someone is late on rent, you can post a rent demand. You can
Oh.
even take their stuff.
Repo
And
men!
sometimes, because of unpaid bills or breaking rental rules, you'll face the hardest responsibility of property owner.
Please,
eviction.
Charlie, give me a second chance.
But as their property owner, you may have an opportunity to help someone who just
Oh,
needed
that's really
a second
nice.
chance. Now, friends, please listen. My final advice. Multi-unit life will bring many funny, dramatic, and
Protesting,
unexpected situations
ants.
that tenants and property owner will have to deal with. Just listen to your needs and your tenants' needs.
Ooh.
Be more than a property owner. Be the community builder. Bring people together. Through social events, share a meal. And above all else, enjoy the road ahead.
Oh, that's so nice.
Okay, I'm done.
Oh,
How do you turn this?
they cut off that TV so quick.
By 18th of January to get the Street It's content.
So after watching the gameplay trailer, there's a few key things that I actually want to look at a little bit more in the video to understand the property owners, how to set up each unit, if you can have a shared space or not, the lot traits, the restrictions, the do's and don'ts, and just overall everything, because I feel like a trailer that's like 3.5 minutes long is not enough to see everything you want and also to understand. So I feel like if we go slow and kind of dissect it a little bit more to see all the key features, the UI, and just really kind of soak it all in. Because as a builder and as a storyteller and a full-on game player, I thoroughly enjoyed the For Rent pack, and I don't even have it yet, that I desperately need it because I've built several townhouses, apartments, duplexes, condos, trailer parks. I've done everything under the sun at this point that I'm literally waiting for the pack so I can convert all the buildings for the new pack. And if you don't follow me on Twitter, I've been posting it like crazy and I can't stop building. So at the very beginning of the gameplay trailer, we are introduced to the Linsada family, and they're all so cute and adorable that we have one elder, two adults, one teenager, and one child. We don't know their names, we don't know what they do, and we don't know basically where they live, but I think it's so cute and adorable that we have a family of 5 in one room, one unit, and they all cohabit together. But we see the unit configurations of your home and then Auntie Ty's. And I think that's so cool. So it's like, it's all in one lot and it's all different. Auntie Ty's is over here in the pink outline. And then our home, I assume, is like in the blue outline as we continue to build. I think that's so cool. And I saw a thing called shared space. So we can build how we want. Oh, here it is. Okay, so some new features. So as we continue to build, I guess we can click on probably this right here and it'll bring down this menu, or we click on the floor and it pulls up this menu and we can say, oh, this part's a shared space. This part's our home. We can kind of like pick and choose what we want. Plus we can create new units. That is so cool. And we have shared units. Oh, okay. So I guess like the lines will show up in build and buy mode as we build, which might get a little bit of annoying. So hopefully we can probably turn that feature off, but probably not, to kind of make it more easy to find out who lives where and what we do with each little part of the build. But looking at this one specifically, it says unit info, unit value, which is like the lot value, but more so the unit value, bedrooms, bathrooms. Oh, how many dimensions there are, how many tiles. If it's our home unit, like our home, I don't know what this means. I guess this right here is like I button means like we can turn off the general layout of the green so we don't have to see it, hopefully. And I don't know what that button means. The trash can means probably delete the unit, I assume. Oh, so basically the more stuff we add, the value goes up. I wonder, like, also too, the more stuff you add and the more expensive your unit is that determined on your rent as well? But I like how detailed everything is. Wait, no, I see it now. They share a bathroom. Oh, I love that. I love that. So they have 2 different units, but they share a bathroom. So like basically you can have your teenagers live on one unit and then you live on the other unit as well. Oh, that would be so cool. And it will work really well for dormitories. When you really think about it, dormitories are gonna be so perfect, where you have all your university students live in one big building, but they own and rent different units. So you have like your 4 freshmen there, your 3 sophomores, your 4 juniors, and I don't know, 10 or 8 seniors living in all the same building, but in different units, living cohabitantly. They have their shared space. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I have so many ideas for builds right now that I actually want to build a dormitory right now, because thinking back from the Sims 2 days of the dormitories and the Sims 3, I'm so excited for this. You have no idea. I'm ready to get my hands on this like no other. So give me all of your ideas because I would love to know. So we can basically make any place a shared space, and we can have all the people in that one lot kind of come together as a family, which I think is really nice, because I think if you live in a big place, having a shared space is great to kind of meet your neighbors, understand who they are, kind of like collaborate together. Okay, so here it is, the tenant agreement. So as we continue to rent or wanting to rent our own little property, we can choose the rent per day or set it how much the rent will be per day, which is not that much, I feel. The maximum is 117 for the rent. I assume that depends on the size of the lot and what the rating might be, so we can always change it, I assume. So this might be changed based off of the lot size, how many units, and like what's inside of it. But I like that we can choose the rent per day and also the lease. And there's no like maximum for like how many days they can live here. So I would probably do it like for realistic purposes based off of the Sims, off of the calendar year. I would do like, I just like 28 days. I would say like 28 days per lease, you know, agreement update. So 28 days of the lease length, and then they would renew. If they don't do that, they can like always leave. But I like the realism of things. So this is going to be a really cool feature to use. We have a unit rating. The size is medium, autonomy desirable, environment decent, maintenance satisfactory. So I think that's like an overall thing of like the whole big unit itself. And then unit rules. Ooh, okay. So there's rules to all of this. No social activities, inactive rule, no loud noises, maximum occupancy, no trash overload, no ghost. Now, the one thing that I think would have been a cool thing to add into this, it might be there, probably not, but I think what would have been really cool, a unit rule, is like maybe like no pet or like no X, Y, and Z. But we'll probably see more based off of like the other packs combined together, because when they make these trailers, they only use base game and the brand new pack to kind of make it more easier. So there might be some cross gameplay, pack gameplay that we'll see where there might be like a no pet unit rule, or you have to like do certain things to get it that way. But I think this is really cool. Unjustly evict, travel to unit. Oh, travel to unit. You know, honestly, I'm not really shocked by like this whole little feature right here, travel to unit. So probably what that means is that we'll have to travel to each unit through a loading screen like we do for the Sims 4 City Living. Each unit you go through a loading screen, you load into the lot, it opens up the unit. So it's gonna probably be the same way, which might get very annoying, especially if you are building an apartment with close quarters and they're like right next door, like 2 feet to your Sim's door, and you have to travel to a loading screen each time. So it might be a little bit annoying, but I feel like I'm okay with it because like it's a Sim, so But travel to unit, unjustly evicting, and then there's certainly no unoccupied. Oh, and we can select which one. Oh, it's a fine of 1,000 for no ghosts, a fine of 250 for loud noises. Okay. So if we go back to the tenant agreement, what got me really thinking was the lease length, because there's no minimum or maximum, which I find really, really cool and lucrative for storytelling, building, gameplay, whatever it might be, that it's like a Sims Airbnb. You know how Airbnb in real life, you can like rent or book somebody's house or room for a certain amount of days for a certain amount of money? It's kind of like that in the Sims. And with this system, it'll be so much fun if like, I want to rent this unit for like 3 days or 10 days or whatever. And then these are the unit rules of like X, Y, and Z. You can't do these things or we'll fine you this amount of money. And it could be a really cool system of funness, of traveling to different worlds for a certain amount of days, but you stay in this unit specifically based on how many Sims are in your household that you're traveling with. And I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this tool, but I wanna understand how it like fully works, if there's a minimum, if there's a maximum, especially on what type of unit you're renting, the lot size, and just overall just everything. But this is really, really cool. I have a lot of ideas, I have a lot of opinions, and I'm hoping that we'll get more information, especially like for a whole live stream, because I think a live stream will give us more of an insight of like actually how it works in live mode and not just do like a pre-recorded video. So when looking at Auntie Ty's unit, it says rent per day is 150 simoleons, but the max rent is 2,400, and I think that's kind of based off of how many unit tiles you have in your Pacific unit alone. Not necessarily saying you have to pay that much per day, but that's what it could be set to if you are to pay that price. But what I'm also thinking, let's say your property owner says you have to pay 2,400 simoleons per day to live here. Can you negotiate your rent to your property owner saying, hey, I can't pay that, I'm tight on cash, I don't get paid that much, I'm a freelancer, or I don't get paid like 180 simoleons a day. Can we lower my rent to be a little bit cheaper? But also, can you break your lease early where you like are staying for 7 days, but you want to leave 4 days early? I wonder if we can do that, because if we can, that'll be really cool for storytelling purposes, but also challenge wise and just the overall experience I feel could be more realistic. So that could be really fun. But if we can't, that's fine. I'm not boohooing crying. I think it'd be a cool feature to have in. But I think the property owner has like the full power over everything of like your rent per day, the maximum, what you can and cannot do, because like the unit rules have different things. So hopefully we'll get more insight when there's like a actual live stream happening, so we can get more of an understanding like what the property owners actually do in live mode and just not seeing it through a pre-recorded video, because I feel like trailers are so short and they don't really explain everything, but a live stream usually does, especially when we have hands-on experience of seeing it happening in our own game. But I don't know, I'm really, really, really excited to see how all this works. But I love the general background, I love the kitchen, I love the new cabinets, island, counters, tea kettle, new lamp, the new wall decor, the ceiling light, the bar stools, that plant over there, the radiator, the new chairs, the rugs, like the whole background. Build and buy is going to be poppin', and I'm very, very excited to see everything. I'm nosy. I must know everything or I will go crazy, but I'll be patient. I'll be patient and wait silently in anger, but I'll wait. But when looking at this for the full vacancy, it says select a tenant household to move in. So I guess people like autonomously can like saying, hey, I need like a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, select this is a rent cap. And I wonder like that's gonna probably be the case because tenants can like apply for different units saying, oh, the Liu family or the Pond family, or the Workman family or the Cahill family needs a unit to like stay in, and that's how much they can pay per day. So hopefully the whole application process will be easy and fun because it could be different based off of like the Sims 3 apartments and also the Sims 2 apartments, because those two systems were very different. Where the Sims 2, you could like pick the unit that you want, kind of like look around and peruse to see what you like and then decide to pay that. Where the Sims 3, you just like pick the apartment and then it's all open to you and there it is, fully furnished, everything. Sims 2, it's like the basics are there, like the kitchen and the bathroom are there, and that's it, where you have to furnish it yourself, which I kind of like that idea of like making your space your own rather than just having someone else's furniture in there, because like where's the fun and the personality in that, where it's not your own, you know? But it's still very cool. You get to see everything. Select which tenants you want to move in, and also unit rules, the unit rating, the bedrooms and bathrooms, and the rent per day. And you can see all the people who are applying on the age range, like the baby, the child, the adult, the elder. Like, it's so cool seeing like all of that come into play. Again, story-driven content, excited to see. But what caught my eye was this. Cahill, elder, teenager. Now, if you don't play Strangerville and you just don't know George Cahill, he's the crazy weirdo guy who had a bit of backstory. His plane crashed and now he lives in his crashed plane but underground. And I think he's paranoid or something. But who did he have a kid with? That's what I would like to know. Who did George Cahill have a child with? And when? These are the things we need to know. I'm just curious. But he finally came out of his shell and actually interacted with other Sims. That's called growth, and I'm very proud of him. But it's still very cool on how many beds they want, the rent cap. But I wonder if, like, let's say you need like 4 bedrooms. Will that like not allow you to apply, or like what? Because I'm really curious about all that. A lot of them just say like 1 bedroom, 3 bedroom, 2 bedroom. Oh, here it is. The Lee family, they need a 4 bedroom. The rent cap is approved, but the bed wanted is not approved. Oh, okay. So like there is some like, decline in all of this, like saying, hey, we don't have much space for you to have like fit 4 bedrooms. I don't think we can approve you, but I wonder if we can still approve even though we can't accommodate their beds wanted. I don't know. Still very cool though. But I like that we can like get excited and like pick our unit. Oh, there's a fire. Oh my. Oh, I love that hairstyle too. That looks very nice. Oh, and the mustache. But it looks very, very cool. Seeing like everything come into play with all the stuff that we have, like the hopscotch that we can do, the whole marbles thing, the tea kettle, which we can pour tea now. I wonder what kind of tea we're getting and like how much we are getting. We can actually saying your rent is past due, pay it now or get evicted. You can do payment demand, and it's kind of going off of The Sims 2, where like if your tenant is not paying their rent, you can actually knock on their door saying, hey, pay your rent on time or else. So that's kind of cool. Repo men are coming back. You can literally take their stuff to deduct the rent cost that they're missing. So that's going to be really fun. So repo men demanding rent. You can also evict people because they were breaking rules, fires, destruction, damaging the property, saying, please don't evict me. Please don't leave and get out. But helping said tenant over time so they can pay their things on time, but also like saying, I forgive you, it's okay, we can make do with what you already have and kind of work out some type of deal. So doing that is kind of cool. Building the relationship with your landlord, property owner can help you over time. And so I want to see like the benefits and the repercussions of being a landlord and also being a tenant, especially based on how long you are living there. But we also can like protest of saying rent's too high, make it lower, or else we will cause a protest for longer. We have ants, roasts, whatever, repo people. We can also have a chance to get back the bug exterminator, which I think is the coolest thing in the world. If you all remember from the Sims 2 era, Sims 2 Apartment Life was the best thing in the world. Bug exterminators were the best thing that I thought was so cool because they could get rid of bugs for you so you don't have to. So preventing from you getting sick and probably unaliving the next day. But this is like very cool, getting all the old stuff we had in the previous Sims games all in the new game. And I'm getting very like Sims 2 era vibes from all of this, and it makes me so happy. Oh, wait, this is so cool. Oh, the new grill. Wait, we get a new grill. That's so adorable. Was that approved? Ooh, they gonna get evicted. Oh, the rice cooker. A new mini fridge, new dishes. Whatever this thing is, I don't know what that is, but it looks so cool. I think that's where you put your rice to kind of keep it warm. But I love all that. Base game stove. But like everything looks so cool. I love this table and the chair and the shelf and that plant. Oh, this is gonna be a really, really fun pack. I want more information so I can get ideas for my own Pacific Sims. And also the lanterns as well. This is gonna be a really, really fun pack. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end the video right here. I do hope you all enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments below, as always, of what you thought of the property owners, the tenants, the system, everything. Because personally, we don't know much, but we know a few things based off of what we've seen and kind of like thinking in our head. But all your thoughts and opinions would be very much appreciated. But as always, I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!